Hello and welcome to my minion-based Necromancer guide. I try to create a build in which the minions would be doing most of the work, and I think I've done that for the most part as much as possible in Diablo 4. We will still be casting Corpse Explosion, but mostly to proc lucky hits. We're doing some damage with it, but most of the damage is coming from the minions. They're really tanky. There should be a video running soon or right now with an 11 elite pull of 5 levels above me, in which none of the minions died. They do decent damage, between 8-15k on normal hits, going up to 20, 30, 40, even 50k on critical hits procced by our items. So I want to keep this short. I will have the stats for the minions on screen, the minion types as well. We can go over the items, skills, paragon, and hopefully you'll enjoy the build. Weapon wise, you want to be using the two-handed scythe with minion attack speed stacking on each hit. This will help with damage a lot, with spawning corpses, applying vulnerable, and freezing enemies. Try to get plus intellect on it, that helps a lot with damage, and other bonuses that help, like damage to slow, distant enemies, crowd control. I'm sure you can get better ones as well. On the helmet we're spawning blood orbs, so for survivability obviously, and I have a lucky passive on it. I guess I'm getting 15% more damage after picking up a blood orb, so that's nice. Except for that, look for intellect, max HP on the helmet. No resistances, no cooldown reduction, we don't need stuff like that. On the armor we have 2 extra skeletons. You can get maximum minion life on this, so always look for maximum minion life. It's the main stat you need, and then go for intellect, HP, things like that, again, that help you and the minions as well. We're using the unique gloves, the Howl from Below. The main stat on this, you want to roll high is the lucky hit, which I actually got at maximum. They do drop a lot. I think I have like 8 or 9 of them, so you will eventually get a good one. The number below 30-40% doesn't really matter. If you're high or low, it's not going to be a huge difference, and Corpse Explosion is not the main damage source we are using anyway. We're mostly using it to proc lucky hits. The damage helps, but again, not the main source. And we are using the lucky hits for the ring. It's the Ring of Mendel. It comes with lucky hit chance, minion attack speed, maximum minion life, and thorns. We don't really need thorns, but it is what it is. We want as high as lucky hit chance as we can get, because on each lucky hit you get a 10% chance for each of your minions to do a big damage hit. It's not going to be whatever it says on the ring, like 8, 9k, 7k, whatever. With the 9k one I have, they hit for at least 20k each of them when it procs. At the beginning of the video there's a small clip where I caught them critting for 45 and 52k on that. So this ring really gives us a huge boost on the minion damage, and that's why we're spamming Corpse Explosion to get as many lucky hits as possible. For the second ring, obviously it gets spawned with maximum life, lucky hit chance, minion attack speed, so that's the main things we want. I also have physical damage and critical strike chance on it, and we're using the skill still more damage. If you have more primary resource, it could still be turned off right now. I'm not sure, depends when you're watching the video. They turned it off because it was bugged. Not really sure if it's back online at the moment and actually works, but we're still keeping it for the build. On the amulet you can get summoning skill damage, so that's always good. I also have minion attack speed with amplified damage, the passive from the skill tree. Shadow damage over time, that's useless, but that's what I had. And we're using deal more damage for each second you stand still. You will have a lot of time to stand still since the minions will mostly be tanking. On the pants you can get maximum minion life, so that's the main thing you want to focus on if you really want to play minions like I did. I didn't want to do damage with something else. So maximum minion life, if they're dead you're probably dead, and if they're dead they're not doing damage, so that's the main stat you want. Then you want Corpse Explosion, maximum life, intellect, armor, things like that there. we're using the damage reduction if you have more than 7 minions, and we have 11, so that works. For the boots, we're using 2 extra mages. You can put this in whatever order you want. The only important one that you shouldn't change is the weapon, because you really need that more attack speed on the minions since they're not that great on hits. I guess 10-15k is a pretty good hit, but compared to other builds, we could really use the attack speed. As I was saying, on the boots, movement speed. We have almost no mobility on the build. When you find the butcher, you're gonna want movement speed. And I found the evade grants movement speed passive, the main one at the top, pretty good, especially for the butcher. That's like the main enemy we have issue with. It helps kiting him a lot. So movement speed, try to get intellect, that's always nice, and wherever else rolls. That kind of covers it for the items. We can move on to skills and paragon. Skill wise, we're starting off with Bone Splinter that applies vulnerable. We're not gonna really use that to apply vulnerable since the mages do that. We will mostly use it to make the minions attack, since just casting the Crepify doesn't do that. We have to do an auto attack to get them started. Then we're just getting Hewed Flesh from the core skills. From the corpse, we're getting Blood Mist for survivability with the first passive only to reduce its cooldown. Corpse Explosion with the bottom passive for stacking bonus damage, anything related to minions. And down here we just want 1 point in resource generation so we can get to 9% more damage after consuming a corpse. On the curse side, we want all the passives, everything basically except Iron Maiden, with the Crepify with the top passive, so we get reduced cooldown every time an enemy affected by the Crepify gets hit, and with so many minions, their attack speed, corpse explosion, we're gonna have Blood Mist up almost all the time. Nothing here again, just the passive that gives us Fortify every time a corpse is formed around us. The minions will be making a lot of corpses with that attack speed. On the ultimate side, again, no skills, just passives, all the passives related to minions, and if you have the point to spare, just get one in Golem Mastery. The Golem is just there for extra damage from the Paragon board and to keep you alive. On the key passive, the Minion one, obviously, for even more attack speed. For the Paragon board, on the first page, you want to get the Mage rune, level this up as much as you can. Don't do the full build from the start, like getting every point of intellect. You just want to start here at the bottom, work your way up, get to the rune, then get the Mage rune, obviously. Go up this way, you're gonna get 10 intellect from here anyway, and you're gonna have a couple of them behind. Keep going up, and then for the second page, get the Cult Leader. And this is the main thing you wanna reach, because you will get bonus 15% damage for each minion type for your minions, and that works with warriors, mages, and golems, so it means 45% more damage overall. So this is the first one you want to get whilst leveling your rune and doing dungeons. Then you can go down here, get minion armor, max life. You can avoid the 2 small minion armor ones, you really don't need them, just get the max life. Then you can head back, work your way up, get more damage for the warriors and armor. Keep going up, more minion damage, attack speed. Then you want to go right and get the rune. For this one you want Dead Razor, again level it as much as you can. I just got it to 15 to increase my range here, so I can get these bonuses as well increased, because this rune increases the bonuses to minions from its radius, and since we have 2 of them here, it also works on the small ones. So try to get this to 15. That's what I did, and then I went back to the mage one and just maxed it out. I've just recently got it to 20. So you work your way up to this rune, then you can go left or right first, whichever, doesn't matter, but get these 2 first. The bonuses along it. Don't mind the willpower, I just had that because I'm missing some willpower which I needed for going left over here and reaching bonus damage to skeletal mages. I was missing a bit of willpower, so I just added it wherever I could find it. You can ignore those from the tree if you have enough willpower, or not enough to actually matter by using the points. So after you get here, get the rune, get the minion bonuses you need, then you can head back and get the mage maxed out, meaning getting all the intellect points you possibly can, including this one, which is 10 intellect, gives you 26.4% damage, going up to 184, almost 85% more damage for the skeletal mages, which do hit a lot and are the main damage source for the build. That is it for the guide. I'm sorry for the high production value. If you have any questions or feedback, just leave them down in the comments, like, dislike, and I'll see you next time.